Hi there. In this tutorial, we will be solving a classic MSc level programming exam question. This question involves two steps in solving it. Let's move on to understanding the question we'll be attempting. The question says, a certain microfinance bank is trying to automate their banking processes. The management team has invited you as a developer to develop a system to imitate their operations. The management team consists of stakeholders that need understanding of how to clearly carry out their operations. You are to present this design concept to them in a unified modeling language that they will understand. Present your design using a class diagram in any of the unified modeling language you prefer. The operations of the bank includes accepting and displaying customer details, which involves name, account number, and BVN. Accepting the amount the customer intends to deposit and update balance, and also accepting the amount a customer intends to withdraw. Check if it's more than or equal to the balance and report insufficient funds. Otherwise, update the balance and display the new balance. The second aspect of this requirement says write a Java program that implements the design. Now, let's try to understand this question. Carefully extracting this question, you observe that specific keywords were used within the question. The first thing to identify is the fact that the question requires us to design the model for the program using a unified modeling language. Also, we have been asked to specifically use class diagram, and some key attributes of this diagram will include customer details such as name, account number, and bank verification number. Our program should also be able to display the account balance of the customer. 3 groups of operations will be performed by this program. Deposit operation, which will update the balance after the deposit is done. Withdrawal operation, as well as display of account balance for a given customer. Having understood these requirements, it's important for us to also understand what we mean by a unified modeling language. A unified modeling language is a standardized graphical language used to create visual models of software systems. It is not a programming language in itself, but a tool for communication and design that helps developers, business analysts, and other stakeholders specify and document the structure and behavior of a system. You need to understand that UML diagrams consist of 2 categories: the structural diagram and you have the behavioral diagram. The class diagram that our question requires falls under the structural diagram. However, the behavioral diagrams includes such scenarios as use case diagrams, sequence diagram, and activity diagram. So, the first aspect of this requirement is for us to draw a class diagram for this business case scenario. So let's go ahead and evaluate the process for drawing a class diagram. In UML design, a class diagram is simply a box that has been partitioned into 3 parts. The first part of this box represents the class label, specifically the name of the class. And the second partition represents the attributes of the class, which forms the data of this class, while the third partition represents the operations or the behavior of this class, which represents the methods for the given class. Having understood this partitioning of a class diagram, let's go ahead and draw our class diagram for the business scenario we are to solve. The question asked us to design a program that imitates the bank's operation in relation to customer activities, which involves the customer name, customer account number, customer BVN, and account balance. Such operations as being able to display the account detail of a customer, withdrawal operations, deposit operations. Hence, we will name our class customer. In this case, the attributes for this class will include customer name with a data type of string, account number with a data type of string, and customer BVN, a data type of string as well, and finally the account balance with a data type of double. These are the attributes for this class. And then for the operations of the class, such operations as cash deposits will be performed, cash withdrawal, and then display of customer information. Hence, 3 methods will be defined within this class. This image represents the UML design for our given scenario. And as you can observe, all the attributes and methods for a given class are clearly specified. Next, we will go on to developing this into a functional Java program, following the exact specifications as seen in our UML diagram.